Oh, there you go. Need this.
Good morning, everybody. So today we're starting a new program that'll happen at each of these general meetings. We've dubbed it the Learning Series. And the idea is that we want to have this demographic, us, and we want to have a learning session every month to teach new skills that will actually add to the quality of our life, and you'll certainly understand that with our first speaker. But we've got one of these now planned for every month, so it'll just be another really great reason to come to these meetings. I can't think of a better person to start off this new program than Chris Smith to talk about artificial intelligence. So for those of you who do not know, Chris has been here a long time, and in fact, I actually was shown his membership card. His original membership card to the Chiang Mai Expat Club was so long ago that it actually had a membership number. So Chris's membership number is membership number 21. So that's how long Chris has been part of this group. Chris moderates the weekly Chiang Mai Geeks club or group that gets together every Tuesday, and it has become kind of one of the few things of my week that I really refuse to schedule anything next to. We've got a couple of other Geeks group members over here with Christine and Howard. Great group that talks about everything from computer stuff to phone applications to kind of whatever, but just a good group of fun, interesting people. Chris moderates that, and before he started doing that, he was about 6'8". Now he's been pounded down to about 6 feet tall. It is a tough job that he does to herd all these smart stray cats every week. But Chris became interested in AI about a year ago when it was really, really nascent, and has built up an incredible knowledge about the AI space and the apps, and he has introduced many of us to various of these apps during our Geeks meetings. So there's no one better to give us an introduction to AI, and so with that, I'll introduce Chris Smith, and I'm sure you'll enjoy his talk.
More chocolate. This is the microphone for our photographer who's videoing the session. And I think he probably is one of these people that makes meetings run, but you never hear about them, just like Sean. I think it's worth giving him a round of applause. Okay, the suggestion was I was going to do something about birthdays, but apparently no birthday boy or girl would admit to it being their birthday. So forget the birthday bit. So this is the title. I have about 90 minutes of presentation. I have about 90 minutes, so a lot of it I'm going to miss. But what it might be useful for you is to help Rick determine what you're interested in, because there are some topics I'll flash past and not even mention, and you might think, oh, I'd like to know more about using technology for translation into Thai. I will mention it briefly, but will not do anything with it. But if that's of interest to you, using technology for translation, Thai, English, Thai, German, whatever, let Rick know about that to help him put the itinerary together for the next year, maybe. Okay. Okay, this question is for each table. I'm going to spend 2 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and I want you on your table to decide 3 words that describe your table's understanding of artificial intelligence. Oh, I should make it clear. I forgot AI, by the way, we are doing artificial intelligence here. We're not doing artificial insemination. So those people that thought they were coming for sort of a farming topic, that's another week. But I'm sure Rick could put artificial insemination on the agenda for a future learning experience. So I'm going to give you now, you're going to talk for 2 minutes with your table to decide 3 words about your table's understanding of I'm saying it, artificial intelligence. I nearly said insemination, artificial intelligence. So you've got 2 minutes now. Talk with your people. I didn't know it did that. I'm really curious to hear. This is not working, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think it's. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 words. Who's on this table?
Knowledge, disruptive, scary.
Intelligent, productive resource.
Intelligent, productive resource.
Danger, future, unemployment.
Danger, future, unemployment.
Intelligent, adaptive, transformative.
Now these are pretty cerebral answers. For a Saturday morning, these are pretty deep answers.
Google on steroids.
I love it.
Rapid information processing.
These are a bit deep, these. Say that one again.
Rapid information processing.
Wow.
Scary. Hal. A machine.
Scary.
Hal. As in Space Odyssey.
Oh, 2001: A Space Odyssey. HAL.
Hal.
Do you know what HAL stands for? No, I don't either. But
Fast, intelligent, changing the world.
okay, 2 more tables.
So we got building, data search, and risk.
Saving your brain.
Sorry?
Saving your brain.
Saving the brain.
Try this, sir. Information, transformation, and exclamation.
Poetic.
It's like an essay.
I want you to take out your phone. If you have a mobile phone, take it out. Put it on the table in front of you. Hang on this table down here, you know, my question was, have 3 words. I think this table here is cheating. I think they're asking AI, what would the 3 words be? Oh, I'm impressed. That's quite impressive, right? I'm not going to give any notes, but what I want you to do is feel free to take a photograph of the screen at any time, because I'm going to go through things quickly. And the best way for you to make notes, if you want to try something, take a picture of the screen. And that's the reason I asked you to take your phone out. Anybody, that picture, by the way, I made that photograph in about 5 seconds using AI. Anything wrong with it?
Yeah, the fingers are joined together. The fingers are definitely
AI has come a long way in the last, actually it's nearly 2 years in the public now. It's nearly 2 years old, so, but it's still making mistakes like this. And people have given that a special word. Anybody know the word? Hallucinations. If you're really sharp-eyed, I noticed that when I made it, I thought, oh, no, I don't like it. And I made it just using words. And I added 2 words. I said it should be smiling and it should be in a conference room rather than, I think it was in the street. What's wrong with that picture? How would you know it's created by AI? Anything wrong? Okay, let's move on. Actually, there isn't anything wrong with that picture, but it's a much nicer picture. But literally took me seconds to make these pictures. Hands up if you... that's not a bad percentage. Keep going. Difference between Google and AI. Google, for searching, you put something in the search box, press a button, and you get a whole list of links to go to. It takes a long time. With AI, you put a whole load of things in a box and it gives you an answer. You don't have to go looking. I only read this last week. I noticed this. Some people are using the term search engines, which you probably use already. But for AI, I love this term. It's not my term. I stole it. It's not this answer engine. I think is rather good. And I'd love, if we had time, to be able to give lots of examples, but I'll give a few. Very quick example. This is my in-laws. My wife is Thai, you might guess from seeing the in-laws. But they're long dead. They're long dead. And this is one of the very, they lived in Sarapi. It's one of the very, very few photographs, and their generation, there were no videos, no phones, that we have of them. And you can put it into Photoshop if you're talented and tidy it up. With AI, in just a few seconds, I'm not going to spend much time on that. You could see what happened. A simple photograph like that. Coincidentally enough, me putting these graphics together last week, my niece, who actually I think is really a great niece, if we were to check the ages, but it's the first time she'd seen these grandparents moving like that. And her reaction, she's 10 years old, her reaction was actually magical. I'm not going to show you how to do it. These are just semantics, just words I want you to be aware of so you know what they stand for. LLMs, large language models. Most AIs are built on large language models. It's just computer code. It's about nearly 2 years ago when AI hit the public, around about October 2002. I just want to make you aware of the words. OpenAI was really the first company to produce a large language model, and ChatGPT is really the first platform that enabled you to use AI. I just want you to be aware of the words. You don't need any of that. This is just to show you what ChatGPT looks like. If you go to a web browser, take a photograph if you want to remember what that address is, don't be shy. And you go here, all you do down the bottom is you put in a query and it will give you an answer. I'm not going to use that one though. I'm going to use another one called Claude to give you a very quick demo. This is free. It's in a browser. Take a picture. The web address at the top is Claude, CLAUDE.ai. You can go home, do it at home on your laptop, on your desktop, or on your phone. I'm going to do a very quick demo. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to put a picture into Claude by clicking on something here, and then I'm going to ask it a question. This is going to be my question. This is my garden. Actually, it's my wife's garden. It's not my garden. I know nothing about it, but this is part of our garden, and I thought, what's this plant? Does anybody know what this plant is? One. Anybody else? Two. 2 hands went up on this, right? So if anybody needs any help with their gardens, with horticulture, this table down here and over there will help you out. But actually, Claude will help you out now. So I took this photograph, and I put the photograph into Claude, and you can see I'm on my iPad. And then along the top here, So it's putting the photograph in here. It'll take a little while. So it's put the photograph there already. And now I'm typing, what is this plant? And how can I keep it healthy? Okay, so this is much more or less real time. I think I might have stopped then just to have a, so it's now contacting Claude for free on my iPad in a browser, and this is the answer in real time. This is the answer in real time. I'm not speeding it up. So it's gone now because I moved on. But you saw how quickly it identified the plants, gave you details of the plants, and told you how to look after it. And that's amazing. Google will do that for you, but will send you to lots of links, and you'll spend quite a long time trying to sort it out. Other websites you could try if you want to. Take a picture if you want to remember this. I've chosen some free ones so you can try them. And you don't have to put a picture. You could just put a question there. Here's another one called Venice.ai. Take a picture if you need these. You can just put them in your web browser on your phone. You might have to sign up, but it should be free, which is a good point. At the moment on the internet, there's lots of places where you can access AI, and they will ask you for a monthly subscription. Don't go there. There's so many cons out now with AI. If you go somewhere and they ask you, this will cost you $10 a month, move on. Forget about it. Remember, take pictures if you want to record these. And this is another one which is actually done by Meta, which is the Facebook. Meta's Facebook, right? Deadly silence. Is this AI or is this real? AI or real? Put up your hand if you think it's real. We have a few computer geeks sitting at the table over there. If you think it's AI, put up your hand. Wow. Sorry, humans, you lost. It's for real. It's real. And the soundtrack, it makes some really interesting sounds. So your homework, I'm to homework. Your homework, and I'm only 5% into this, your homework is, if you want to try any of these out, put that picture into Claude and say, tell me where this bird lives. What's it called? What noises does it make? How do we look after it? But it's real, which surprised me as well. When I first saw it somewhere, I put my hand up on AI. Okay, quick one. So you saw the ladies with the iPhones, and one of them had the fingers stuck together, and they were made in seconds. This is a list of companies where you can do that. And the ones I've put stars next to, I recommend you try first. So you can go to a lot of these. Most of them are free or have a free option at the beginning. These are just the apps to do that, to change text to images on my iPad. Is this real or AI? You know, this was done by one of the members of our Chiang Mai Geeks club on a Tuesday, called Stefan. And I have to admit, when I first looked at it, I thought, no, it's real. Of course it's okay. It's a couple of young Thai lads. And then you start to count the number of arms that they've got. There's the word we touched on earlier, hallucinations. That's an hallucination, but they're happening less and less. AI is less than 2 years old. It's still at kindergarten. It's still learning. These are just a few others. We've got a bear. These are all AI generated. A bear with a durian. I'm so sorry. I should have done chocolate. I should have, shouldn't I? I should have done chocolate. Should have done. Actually, my question at the beginning of this talk was, do you want to listen to me, or do you want to have the chocolate one again so that you get extra free chocolates, right? This is a hidden Chiang Mai Expat Club group that meets that meets once a week. Anyway, AI. This is another Chiang Mai Expat Club group that meets at weekends, but they take longer to recover. That photograph is just amazing. Doug, could you stand up for a second, just so people can see you? Notice this guy. No, he doesn't look like that. No. He runs a photographic group in Chiang Mai that meets every 2 weeks, right? Monthly on a Tuesday morning. No.
It varies, but
Okay. Photography is really strange. It's a real challenge because it's only a decade ago that photographers were told, we're not going to give you any more film. We're not going to sell any more film. You're going to go digital. Now, using AI, you've even got rid of the cameras. So just go to one of those websites, type in the words, and you'll get an image. There's actually a special term to keep in mind if you are typing in the words. They're called prompts. They're called prompts. And I'm only laughing because I've got the 5-minute thing there. I think that's a brilliant picture. I would ask you, there is some tell on this picture why it's AI, but I'm not going to ask you to look at it too closely. One of my favorites. I made this one a long time ago. All AI. And the nice thing with it, if you make a mistake, like I did at the beginning with the girl and the camera, you can just add extra words to the prompt or take words out. I had fun with my niece on this one, because on this one what you do is you actually draw on the screen. And I did this with her, and she said, I want to have a photo of a cat. So she types a photo of a cat down the bottom, and then she drew it on my iPad, and you press go, and the AI then made the photograph on the right-hand side. I had a wonderful morning with my 10-year-old niece doing this. We even did all-day English breakfast. This is one website I recommend you go to do text to graphics, because they also try and teach you as well and have a regular competition where you can look at what other people are doing and you can find out what did they write down to get their photographs. And also it's free, and if you look at them every day you get extra points. Here's another one by Meta. That's so realistic for me. It's just words that created that. Here's another one from Bing. Bing's Microsoft, right? Here's another one, it's free. www.bing.com/images/create. You can do it in your browser on your phone. Oh, the reason I've written the word DALL-E there is because DALL-E is actually is a special platform for doing this, made by OpenAI. Health. I had a message from the Chiang Mai Expat Club. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm going to do, I've got these. Take a picture if you want these. I asked the health, one of the health AI platforms, I said, I want a health cure to look younger. And it gave me these. I said, there's too many for me to choose from. Choose one for me. I did this all with writing in text. And it came up with this one. I rather like that. So I nearly dressed like that for today. Sex. I was contacted by the Chiang Mai Expat Club. Don't talk about sex. I can't resist. So I said I would like you to show me what sperm looks like. Rick's giving me an ugly look here. So I got a picture of what sperm looks like. I never knew this. I think that's quite cute. For years I've been producing these apparently, so I'm not going to touch on this at all, text to sound, but if you are a person that has problems reading stuff, the text is too small, or you want your phone to talk to you while you're in the car or you're on a hike in the hills, what's here would help you, but I'm not going to touch it. Text to music, that's an option. Take a picture if you want to know options for that. I've put stars next to the ones I like. Suno is one I've used, and I've no time to show you how it works. But in one of those text to music, I took the first search I did, remember about the flower in the garden, I did the first search I did and said, make some music, female vocals, slow, melodic, mellow, dreamy, and then I copied what I had at the very beginning of this presentation. Is it here?
Song about the planet's Spanish mouse. Tangiers are actually alone.
Okay, you get the idea of the quality. The quality there.
An epiphytic flowering plant, it thrives in partial shade.
I've got other ones, but I'm not going to play them to you. If you have a family event coming up, somebody's got a birthday, and or you've got a christening, or there's a wedding, or a new granddaughter, and you want to do something different, you can, let's say you've got a wedding coming up, a grandson wedding. You could do a song of really good quality, and all you do is you throw the words in, and you say, I want a Led Zeppelin song about, and you just put the words in, put the details of their family, and they will make a song just with the words of your family and the type of music you want. You want a ballad, you want blues. It's just amazing. All works in your browser. I'm getting the looks. AI assistants, if you've not seen this film, anybody seen this film? Not so many of you. This is a good example of AI. It was science fiction, no longer science fiction. And all I'll say is, Rick, can you stand up for a second so people know who you are? Right, thank you. Rick, he's in love. He's in love with an AI assistant called Pi. And so have a chat with Rick and ask him if he'll introduce Pi to you. And I'd love to do it now because it blows your mind, but not. So that's an AI assistant. I'm only sad that my mum died a few years ago and she lived alone. And if she'd had something like this, it would have been so realistic and so good for her mental health. There's Pi. I'm not going to do this, text to video. Speech to writing, I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do that either. Translation I think would be a really good one for the future. Robots, I'm not going to do. I'm not going to finish that one either because that shows you who's going to win, the robots or the humans. Spam, I've mentioned already, be careful. If you're being asked for money, the odds are it's spam.
Because of the time we shoot, so we're almost just 5 minutes left to wrap, so we have the final update.
Right. Okay, I think I'll leave you with this one then. This slide I'll stop on. So we meet every Tuesday at the Chiang Mai Gymkhana Club, and Chiang Mai Geeks we call ourselves. There's a little table of them over there. Chiang Mai Geeks, can you put your hands up, please? Okay. I'm very much a facilitator because I learned quite a lot from these guys. And if you take a picture of that, it will take you to a website which tells you all the things that we do there. And we have line groups, so we have 24/7 conversations. And I'm going to finish off with something that Howard, put your hand up. Howard, I learned a lot from these guys.
I usually don't do personal public service announcements for individual friends, but when my friend Howard, who lives in Chiang Mai, Thailand, contacted me, how could I say no? I am personally endorsing the Chiang Mai Geeks Computer Club meeting every Tuesday from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Chris Smith, great job. Great.
To all the geeks in Chiang Mai, Thailand, I know of your geeks group and think it's brilliant, especially with Chris Smith at the helm. The signature of this group is when Howard says at the end of the meeting, another geeks meeting is in the can.
Thank you very much.